handle that the president is back. But one interesting thing was the headline says that after a short, visit to they didn't use medical visit. That got me thinking, like, are we trying to rewrite that story to say that a short visit rather than he went for a medical or they use the word routine medical checkup. But the thing is, there are many optics around the president's visit or routine medical trip to the UK. The fact that at that time when he was going, the medical doctors, the NAD, were going on strike. People began to unearth certain statements the president made, about medical tourism and his administration. People talking about the fact that we do not have a sound health infrastructure in Nigeria at the moment, and then at the slightest opportunity, our leaders will just find their way out of here to go get the top-notch medical treatment. So it's discordant, in my view, to see the leaders, go get the top-notch medical treatment while the people here who voted them into power are left to die.
I mean, if what Loretta Odoche is anything, if what she said is anything to go by, this is not going to stop anytime soon, because in defense of the president and his travel abroad, she criticized Nigerians, saying Nigerians most times don't pay attention to their health. They don't know that usually they're supposed to just take time and go for a general medical checkup, even when they're not feeling sick. I mean, this is somebody that doesn't apparently understand that there are some people that cannot afford. Yes, it is not a matter of choosing not to. These people can't even afford to go to the local hospitals to pay maybe the 500 naira consultancy fee that you'd have to pay, for you to see the doctor, not talk of any other thing. And it just shows, for me, it shows an inconsistency in the reality that Nigerians, ordinary Nigerians face, and that of the political elite or political appointees. They just do not seem to understand how grave things are for the ordinary person.
Did you see the video where a lady from Al Jazeera was actually interviewing? I'm not sure how recent.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't recent.
No. But for me, the stance hasn't really changed. For me, that's why I was thinking, I know this video may not be recent, but I don't think his stance has really changed. He seemed like, and I don't know.
Quite frankly, I didn't see anything wrong with the president's response, because he was responding to people who are able to send their children abroad for study.
But the lady was saying that what if those who could not send their children abroad and then they have to face this kind of education that you have? And I just said, well,
let me.
She was talking about providing forex.
Let me play the video. The video is right here.
Obviously, those who are slightly more privileged, like yourself, you've got children studying abroad. There are parents in Nigeria with kids in universities and schools abroad who are now facing the possibility of having to pull their kids out. They actually can no longer afford to make the payments for school fees.
Well, if the country cannot afford it, so be it.
But your children will continue their studies, no doubt.
Those who can afford it can still afford it.
My problem with that statement, Sherry, let me tell you, the fact that our education system is what it is because of our leaders. Our medical health structure, whatever, is because of what it is because of our leaders. So when someone asks you that obviously our economy is what it is because of our leaders.
Yes.
So there's nothing wrong with going to school abroad. Everyone, Americans go anywhere, Nigerians. So my problem is that our leaders have turned our educational, health, and economy the way it is, but they are able to send their own children abroad. And so when we say you've made Nigeria so hard that even people who can send their children abroad cannot, your stance is, well, Nigeria is not going to pay for people.
Ronnie, I totally understand, and I agree with what you were saying on that, but in that particular video, I don't think he was reacting to some Nigerians can't send their children abroad for studies. It's always been
at that time.
But the reality is
of the country.
The reality is there's always been people who have been unable to take their children abroad to study.
But that's not what the lady was addressing. The lady was addressing those whose children are there who have to bring their children back home because they are unable to.
Yes, because they're unable to do it anymore.
Yes, and I mean that is what it is. Will the government give such people money to keep the children abroad?
It should make the economy better.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. But if it's like the way I understood that, Forex is not as easily available as it used to be.
Yes.
So these people that have their children abroad would have to withdraw their children because they do not have Buhari will not give them forex to continue to keep their children abroad. That's the way I understood it.
The role of the government is to make that economy solid,
safe enough so that people
that they can do what they want to do with their own money. That's the point. So when you now say hard luck to you, because I tried, I couldn't do it, so hard luck to you.
Yes,
that's what I get. That's the vibe I got from there.
That is the vibe. That is the vibe. But that is Nigeria's reality. It didn't start with Buhari.
Okay.
Is the point.
All right. Now, still on this health, the Cable reported that Buhari had spent over 170 days on medical trips abroad since he became president. 170 days.
I mean, it's something that they've always defended. And in the president's defense, he didn't start it as president. They've said it over and over. These kinds of trips were trips he had always gone on, even before he became president.
Okay, now, yeah, go ahead.
Not all presidents that we've had in the past have had maybe touchy health issues for which they've had to seek medical attention abroad. But in this case, the president was or is one of those people. And I mean, there's an entire argument to be had about why he should choose abroad and not Nigeria. But I mean, we voted him, and he came his full package. I mean, we have to.
It's our reality. We should take it.
Yes.
Okay. Also, because the catch-22 in that the health system is not good. So even if you're president, you will go. And then, but on the other hand, okay, it's not good. He has to go abroad. It's just very.
I love the fact that you said it's catch-22. Before we round off from there, the National Association of Resident Doctors went on strike to protest poor remuneration and condition of service. They have since called the strike while the president went away. The JUSUN declared an indefinite strike during that time.
President was away. Right.
The Medical and Health Workers Union of Nigeria, National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, down tools and protest issues of mostly burdening on staff welfare. Usman Alkali Baba took over from Mohammed Adamu as the IGP while the president was away. Nigerian security wars continue as bandits and Boko Haram insurgents continue the attack on some communities, mostly in the north, while the president was away. But now he's back.
Yes. It's also a point of note that he didn't sort of hand over. I mean, they said there was no need for him to do a handover.
Well, that's a legal issue. He wasn't going to spend beyond 2 weeks. So maybe there was no need to do that. But at least the system of government or the machinery of government ran smoothly even while he was away.
Exactly, which was what I was going to point. If the president had been around or had not been around, all these things would probably still have happened.
Absolutely. I think that there was nothing really happened because he was away.
Even when he was around, I mean, people were always complaining that it was the presidency speaking, not the president. This was while he was still around before going for his medical.
While he was away, 1,800 inmates were set free from a prison.
All right, so it's the Breakfast Gang on the radio on Splash 105.5 FM, and every Friday we'll be here from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And today we're looking back at the week and some of the hot topics. And another hot topic is Twitter establishing headquarters in Ghana. We've always had this rivalry with Ghana. Whose jollof is the best?
Would that be jollof? Football.
Well, let's just say Jack is not going to be eating the best jollof. At least that we can say. All right. So now in the news this morning, the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) countered the People's Democratic Party for lambasting President Muhammadu Buhari's administration over the decision of Twitter to cite the headquarters of its African operations in Ghana. APC, in a statement by the National Secretary of its Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, Senator James Akpano-Dodehe. I hope I said that right, Charity. I think. All right. So anyway, he said that Twitter's action was purely a business decision by a private organization, flowing from a statement by the PDP. Response to Twitter's decision to cite its African operations in Ghana is simple. The decision or rationale of private concerns, particularly businesses, on where to cite the operation is the exclusive preserve is no issue. But obviously, people say that the lack of the ease of doing business in Nigeria is why not even about Twitter, a lot of companies have decided to up and leave, but particularly Twitter. The fact that also our human rights are not. I remember the NSAS period, which is obviously something that Twitter even waded in at the time, where people's voices were being clamped down on, and at one point somebody even said they were going to sue Jack, because he supported.
Garba said it was.
That is one thing that Twitter pointed out for going to Ghana. They say that Ghana is a champion of democracy, and there is rule of law in Accra.
A supporter of free speech, online freedom, and open internet.
Yeah, obviously we have more users, more Twitter users in Nigeria than Ghana. Apparently we have more Twitter users in Nigeria than the population in Ghana itself.
But what this tells me is Twitter is concerned about our freedom of expression in Nigeria, whether online or offline, which is why they probably think they would not get the best from citing in Nigeria. They want a place where people will not be held back from expressing their opinions, whether it suits the government or not.
Or someone will just decide, you know what, we're starting a policy that says Twitter's lights should go off at 12 midnight because what they're tweeting on Twitter about the president, very insane things like that.
Okay, so let's do data.
Right.
Over 50% of the GDP of the West Africa sub-region is in Nigeria. That's one fact. About 50% of Nigeria's population use the internet, and around 90% of the total population have mobile phones or mobile lines, according to reliable data. Now, according to the survey online, 39.6 million Nigerians have Twitter accounts, which is more than the entire 32 million population of Ghana.
I mean, these are impressive figures, but what is our real situation? What is our situation on security?
So our real situation, you start from, like you said, security. You talk about power. You talk about ease of doing business. You talk about policy somersault of government. You talk about the environment not being conducive for business, and double taxation and the rest.
Absolutely. I mean, the government is shooting us in the foot. What do they expect when the place is not conducive? People are not going to just like us because we're Nigeria and we have the figures, and then they will come and set up their business.
Nice jollof rice.
Even when it's going to be to their disadvantage.
And to rob, salt to injury. Lai Mohammed.
Shall we listen to what he said?
Let's listen to Lai Mohammed.
It would be good to listen to what Lai Mohammed said.
And then we'll be back. Don't go away.
Is that Accra, Ghana is a champion of democracy, but rule of law in Accra, among other reasons. This is what you get when you demarket your own country. The past time of most Nigerians, especially the media, is to find fault in their own country. Most times exaggerate the challenges the country is facing. And at no time was this better seen as during the NSAS protest, where Nigerian journalists, both, traditional and new media, were trying to outdo themselves in painting Nigeria as a hell where nobody should be, where they all conspired to vilify not just the government, but the people of Nigeria. And I thank God that the last US report has vindicated the government that no single life, that there's no corroboration of any evidence that anybody was killed and the Lekki told it, as opposed to what the majority of the media are championing. I think this will teach all of us this, that you have no country but Nigeria. We are not saying that you should not criticize this country, but be fair, be patriotic. When you destroy your own house, where are you going to live? You can imagine the job opportunities that citing that headquarters in Nigeria created. Can you imagine?
Okay, so basically, that's Lai Mohammed.
He said we should be patriotic.
We should be patriotic. And I
think
that's
Nigeria.
That African mentality that no matter how bad things are in your home, no matter how bad things are for you, you have to keep quiet because all in the name of don't embarrass yourself. And I think that in itself is a toxic mentality.
What is baffling me, Ronnie, is
gaslighting.
He says don't demarket, or we're demarketing our country.
Yeah.
Who are the best demarketers of Nigeria, if not the politicians? I mean, take, for instance, the president's visit that we just finished talking about. What better way to say the health system of Nigeria is not working than to go abroad for medical checkup? Or is it the people who take, the government officials who every single opportunity they get for vacation, they go abroad. You're telling us to be patriotic. You're the ones that can afford to go abroad and, demarket us, but we can't express ourselves and...
It's such a pity that's a teachable moment for him. And that's why it is sad for me, because from all that we've said, the only thing he can get from there is the fact that, you are the one that has made Nigeria look bad. It's why Twitter refused to establish here. And that's very wrong.
Not wanting to take the responsibility, pushing off the responsibility to Nigerians, the media and SARS, but not actually taking responsibility for what
like someone said that this particular speech or this particular comment by the minister, what I saw there is that he blamed everybody.
Absolutely.
But not the government.
Absolutely.
2015, Facebook established its African regional headquarters in South Africa. They didn't come to Nigeria. They were planning to come to Lagos, maybe by 2021, the end of 2021, there about 2022. But I hope we don't lose that. Because if we continue this way,
that are in Nigeria
might just be losing that.
Are already planning to leave.
ShopRite is leaving.
They're already in the process of selling their shares and leaving. So what are we talking about?
I can tell you that Google, Microsoft, Huawei,
artificial intelligence in Ghana. Absolutely. Google's AI is in Ghana.
So it doesn't favor them to be in Nigeria. That is just the bottom line. Every business is for profit, apart from other reasons. And if I am set up in a place where I am not guaranteed my profit for a sustainable period of time, why would I want to be there?
I hope people will get to call us and express their own views.
I hope so. Let's take a short commercial break. It's the Breakfast Gang on Splash 105.5 FM. We'll take a short commercial break. I will be right back, and hopefully we'll be able to take your calls and contributions. So please don't go away.
Sabi transfer news. You fit say your party say na your team get correct top striker.
What are you talking about?
If you tell your party say na your team get correct top striker, they fit shout they follow you argue.
No way.
If they shout they follow you argue, everybody for viewing center fit shook mouth for the matter. If they shook mouth for the matter, you fit fall your hand for the matter. If you fall your hand for the matter, you fit kick better with the vet. Abeg, before you enter yawa, settle the matter with Google search. Get the latest football news, live scores, transfers, probabilities, and anything wey concern football with your Google app.
It is time for celebration. 30 years bustling with goodness. No challenge can ever stop us. You can't underrate us. You can't underrate. Open Guinness, bustling with so much greatness. Open Guinness, enjoy a world of
Patito, I be first class truck driver.
Yes, it's Panadol Extra Caplets. Panadol Extra is now also available in a smaller pack of 4 caplets at only 50 naira. Same Panadol Extra Caplets that relieves headache, backache, muscle ache, menstrual pain, and toothache. If it's not Panadol, it's not the same thing as Panadol. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult a doctor. Panadol Extra contains paracetamol and caffeine. Not recommended in pregnancy and children under 12.
If you're like me, that has to deal with heavy downloads and a need to be connected, then you need a 9 Mobile MiFi or router. At the office, at home, and on the go, never worry about a steady connection. Buy any of our MiFi or router data bundles for as low as 16,000 naira and get a free 4G MiFi or router. Just visit any 9 Mobile Experience Center or authorized 9 Mobile dealer outlets to get yours. Terms and conditions apply.
9 Mobile.
Ìgbà náírà owó ìdákọ̀mú. Ǹjẹ́ o mọ̀ wípé o lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ ọ̀la tó dára lónìí pẹ̀lú ìgbà náírà? Nítorí náà, bó o bá jẹ́ ìyálọ́jà, oníṣòwò tàbí òbí, lápò níròyìn ayọ̀ fún ọ. Wọ́n ń pè ní My Pikin and I account. Ẹ wọ èyíkéyìí ilé ìfowópamọ́ Lapo Microfinance tàbí aṣojú wọn tó bá súnmọ́ yín láti ṣí àpò ìfowópamọ́ My Pikin and I account pẹ̀lú ìgbà náírà. Kẹ́ ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fowópamọ́ fún àwọn ọmọ yín. Ẹ fi owó tó tó $15,000 pamọ́ láàrin oṣù mẹ́ta láti yege fún ètò mádàndófò ọdún kan lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ tó wá pẹ̀lú ìdándófò iná, ìfọ́lé ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù yín tàbí àléébù ara nípa ìjàmbá ọkọ̀. Ẹ fi $60 náírà pamọ́ kó ọmọ yín yege fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ Lapo Scholarship Scheme. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fi $140 pamọ́ láàrin oṣù 12, ẹ máa gba èrè ìdá 3 àti 15 gbọ́kàn lórí ìfowópamọ́ yín. Àpò ìfowópamọ́ My Pikin and I account wà fún àwọn tó fẹ́ fowópamọ́ fún ọjọ́ ọ̀la tó dára. Fún àlàyé sí ẹ pè 0813-984-0230 tàbí WhatsApp number 0815-055-3264. Ìgbésẹ̀ àti ìlànà wà. Lápò fún ìgbé ayé tó gbòòrò.
Download the Airtel TV app to get unrestricted access to The Voice Nigeria Season 3 performances every Saturday on Views channel at 9 p.m. The Voice Nigeria, connected by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Going from one place to another in Ibadan just got easier, safer, comfortable, and profitable for riders and drivers. Got a ride in few minutes. Save more as you share rides with family and friends. Start earning today. Download Deliver app. Simply tell a friend.
Expressions without words won't have it any other way. Moments will feel joy. Been lost in the moment, the freedom. You will find that's what's celebrating. Bring your moments alive. Find your satisfaction in the nourishing, trending, sparkling. Celebrate a little win, making big differences in the nourishing, trending, sparkling.
Enjoy in red grape, white grape, peach variants. Valletta sparkling fruit drink. Celebrate every moment. Another premium product from Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
As the best man, I'd like to give a toast. But first, I have a few things to say. The money they are spraying the couple is reducing. It seems some people have rubbed glue under their shoes to pack it.
Clearly, he's been watching comedy nights or maybe My Siblings and I on Africa Magic Urban, DSTV channel 153. Now you too can get inspired by our local entertainment. Get a HD decoder, dish, plus 1 month DSTV compact subscription for only 18,600 naira. Because great stories start on DSTV.
Oh, Khalifa, is that the last cup of Bonvita?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Well, you can take it.
It's okay. You have it.
No, you take it.
No, have it.
Children, you can both have some because there is more for everyone. When we show more kindness to each other, we help to spread the warmth of Ramadan. And with 10% more inside every 500 gram pack of Cadbury Bonvita, there's even more warmth to go around. Ramadan Kareem.
We're kicking some folks out of the market this season.
I tell you, okay, everyone else in this bed with me, they're losers.
We're the station that beats all the competition. And we'll prove it as soon as we hear any competition.
105.5 Splash.
Welcome back at your Friday morning dose of quality content on Splash 105.5, the Integrity Station. It's the Breakfast Gang on the Morning Splash today. Yeah. Of course, you can catch Charity on Mondays, you can catch me on Tuesdays, and of course, Oluwaseun Wakiola on Wednesdays. Of course, on Friday, we all converge here at 8 to 9. And we're looking at some of the top hot topics this week in the papers, and of course we're going to be taking your reactions and comments. We want to hear from you, so texting, calling and tweeting. You can follow us on Twitter at SplashFM1055. You can call or text us on 08056998678. We definitely want to hear from you this morning. All right, so we're going to be taking your okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. Oh, we can't hear you. Hello, good morning. All right. That connection is really bad. Hello, good morning. What's your name, please?
Yeah, I'm Ben. I'm calling
you from Ben.
Alakia.
All right, Ben from Alakia. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me start with
Okay, let's... All right, so Ben, are you there?
Where will we go?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, yes, we can hear you now, Ben. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, thank you.
Okay, so I said, okay, keep protecting your house, and your house keep generating, and you don't have to tell all that outside not to come in. The house will show them why they shouldn't come in. Let me leave that at that. I also think this whole thing is about narrative and responsibility, taking responsibility for whatever is happening. Like Charity said this morning, market the country more than culture, education, economy. They are not one thing to divide of our people. Hello, are you with me?
We're here.
So as Nigerians, we do not even need to demarcate anything. It is about the narrative that is speaking out. If you have a problem and you take responsibility and say, okay, I'm doing this and this to ensure that this is done. And people are saying that, okay, this and this, they're actually in the office or they are being done. You don't have to tell them, the matter of time, they know that things will be fine. But when you keep denying everything and blaming every other person except yourself, and you are the only one who knows that to do, and the people are seeing the reality of things, I'm sorry. Every other person from outside is just going to look at us as serious, sincere, and irresponsible people.
Thank you very much.
And that can't help their business. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling in. Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
It's really purely in denial. All right, keep the calls coming through. If you're on Twitter, I would love to read from you too. Let's go through some of the another hot topic from last week was Obaseki's claim, which the government also made a response to as well.
On Sunday,
Yes.
front page of the Nation newspaper, you have that bold headline: Nigeria in financial trouble, brings 60 billion naira for March allocation, says Obaseki.
All right.
That's what the story. And then there are reactions.
Right. And then Obaseki fires back at Finance Minister over denial of printed 60 billion naira. That's also in the news. Also in the news today from Ibadan, actually, is the story where PDP is blasting popular Islamic preacher Muhyiddin Bello for berating Makinde's government. All right. This is also in the Vanguard newspaper
PDP
this
said
morning.
the statement is uncharitable, unfair, and inspired by the Tafsir royalty he received from organizers of the event.
Okay. All right. Hello, good morning.
Nice having the three of you together.
Good morning,
Morning, Reverend.
I'm so glad Baba is back. Baba o, Baba o, Baba o, Oluwa da Baba si fún wa. Baba o, Baba o, Baba o, Oluwa da Baba si fún wa. We wish Mr. President well. Only Mr. President should take recognition of his health and old age and use his more than capable Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo. Baba should take the back seat now and allow Professor Osinbajo to do the needful in the day-to-day running of the affairs of government. Do you know the mistake APC made? APC won election in 2015 and they went napping. That's why it took 6 months, almost 6 months for Mr. President to roll out ministers. And since then, they have not really come together to fashion the blueprint. And in no time, Kakos is setting again. And if you know, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was more or less shut out of power. What sort of a party is that? A man that brought everything together. Oh, APC is a disaster. I want Baba. We pray for him. We wish him well. We desire so much for him. I, for one, I never regretted voting Buhari. PDP left me with no other choice of 16 years of wastage and misgovernance.
Thank you very much.
That was why I voted Buhari, and I stood by that. I couldn't imagine voting any other person in those two elections.
All right, thank you, Reverend Koyi.
But
We
what has
appreciate you
Baba
calling in.
done?
All right.
So my advice to Baba, please take the back seat. If you can hear me, Professor Osinbajo, think tank of government to move this nation forward.
All right. Thank you very much, Reverend Koyi. We appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. All right. Okay.
All right, thank you. We're on live on Facebook. You can join us, make comments there. Fasasi Abdul Kabir Abiodun says, good morning. This government has expertise in blaming or trading blames, ably led by Baba Lai Mohammed. So thank you. I mean, we have made people feel they are wiser than us, our servants in government. So let us just allow them to run out their tenure. use awful, but thank you very much for your comment. Fasasi Abdul Kabir Abiodun. You also can make your comment on Facebook, on Twitter. We're here.
Okay, let me go to Twitter real quickly and see what we've got here. For those who are wondering, we're on Twitter at Splash FM 1055. So make sure you share your comments and contribution. Okache Thomas says, let's consider the role of the government in inflation, insecurity, bad roads, excessive importation, and many other problems besetting Nigeria. Because I'm convinced the government has 98% of the blame and citizenry 2%. Said all statistics on Nigeria are false. A nation that doesn't know its population, where some communities are cut off from civilization, Nigeria is a joke. All right, well, thank you very much, Okache Thomas. Thank you for your contribution. I mean, you made mention of inflation, and this week alone, another hot topic we had this week was where it recorded a 4-year all-time high inflation rate in Nigeria.
Yeah,
and it's ridiculous. I think it was in the Guardian newspaper where inflation soars past 4-year high as food prices continue to spike.
That's a front page story by the headline on the Guardian newspaper this morning. So you have surging food prices push inflation to 18.17%.
That's my reality every time. Every time I go to buy something, every time the price changes. Like you buy it today, you go to buy it 2 days later, and they tell you, like, I'm always shouting, like why? You know, but it's our reality. I mean, we know the reason. We know that our economy is not doing as great as it should. And you know, what baffles me is, in the middle of all of this, we have certain data being published sometimes saying that the prospect for our growth is positive, you know. And I'm like, isn't the reality, shouldn't that data show our reality? Like when we go to the market to buy stuff, we know how hard it is. So where's all that good projection coming from if inflation is still steadily on the rise?
We know in Nigeria there's such a huge disconnect between, you know, those in leadership positions and people and the average Nigerian, where, you know, I think sometimes when our leaders speak, it feels like they're not speaking about us or speaking to us at all. I mean, you know, if there's a running joke about how anything that goes up in Nigeria never
comes down.
Is it joke?
But, you know,
it's reality.
Ronnie, the thing is, it's not the leaders who run the data. I think our problem is how we gather data, real data. We don't trust the data that we have. How do we, when we're putting out these figures, what's the process that led to getting, you know, these information? It just doesn't reflect the reality in my own
for those who do not understand what inflation is, it means that if you had 100 naira last month to buy your foodstuff, if you carry that 100 naira to the market today, you won't be able to get what you got last month. That's what it means. Absolutely. So if you bought a crate of egg, 1,150 last month, this month is 1,300 naira. And Tony Okoya once said that if you have something to buy and you have money to buy one, borrow money to buy two, because you may not be able to buy the thing
honestly
next time.
I mean, go check out the prices of electronics. My friend and I went shopping for a gadget a few weeks ago. We were just left in awe. Every single thing. Things that used to cost around 80-something thousand.
110,
and now
120.
140.
Yeah, even talking about electronics, where, I mean, the people that can even afford it, talk about the kind of rice you buy for what?
You're talking about food.
Beans, yes.
These are food prices.
A congo of beans right now, I mean, I know how much I bought last week, and I know how much I bought it last month. It's ridiculous.
I was shouting last month.
How is the average Nigerian? I mean, people like you are still illiterate as long as far as I'm concerned. You're earning a salary. How are the people who are earning 1,000 naira a week or 1,000 naira? How are they? I'm wondering, because Nigerians, they say Nigerians are the happiest people, and that's some of the things that
I don't think that stands anymore, because we've moved away from that. We are poverty capital.
Are we really happy?
Yes.
Are we happy?
It's been a while since Nigeria.
How are Nigerians surviving?
I don't know. And you know, Ronnie, there doesn't seem to be an urgency on the part of government, you know, to tackle this issue. It just seems like it will be better. Right. It is well. Yes, that our
we'll get through this.
Yes.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines real quickly. 080-5699-8678 is the number to call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Ronnie.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Dr. Mark.
Dr. Mark, good to have you here today. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I want to give you this analysis. See, Twitter not coming to Nigeria is because they are simply in business and they want to do well in their business. They would have taken time to know what it would take them to work here and also work in Ghana. wherever they may be, Nigerians will still subscribe to them. They know what they are doing. Now, if you want to come into Nigeria now, you have to look at the ease of doing business. Why are the companies here leaving? Why is ShopRite deciding to go? Government put so much tax on them. They build them so much that they will look at it and they conclude they cannot survive here. Now we have this issue of insecurity. You know, do you want them to come in and start paying ransom to secure their men? And we have this issue of power. There is no stable electricity. In Ghana, you have light for 16 hours. Till date, as we speak in Ghana. Now, you want them to come into the country where economy, our inflation is already 18.3. We are galloping now in inflation. Nothing in Nigeria is stable. So we look at the infrastructures we have. The road network is terrible. So there are so many things these people have put into consideration before they come up with a conclusion that they are not coming to Nigeria. They know wherever they are, Nigerians will subscribe to them.
Absolutely.
So when people say this, it is left to the government to sit down and say, look, we need to do certain things. You heard when the Minister of Finance said we make our money from the custom money.
Internally generated revenue.
Yes, all of this money, these are taxes they put on companies, individuals who are doing business. I have a publishing firm. It's been difficult for us to get paper. Paper, go and find out. We are gathering money to see how we could import on our own. If you bring it into the port, they will put almost times 2 the amount of money used to buy them. How do you expect businesses to survive like that? People who can bring in that paper are not willing to do it because they are saying, look, it's not worth it.
Oh, thank you so much.
People who are buying such things in the country, how will they survive? We have a government that is not ready to listen to anything.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
For what to do to move the nation forward. And that is the way to go.
All right.
Thank you very
so much.
much.
And that's why that stance, Charity, that stance of when that lady was interviewing, that's why it's proper. Like, it's like the government saying now, am I the one that will go and be bringing foreign? Am I the one that will say? The reason why they are running away is because you have created an enabling environment. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
I'm Badmus from Africa.
Good to have you here, sir. Go ahead.
Twitter decided to go straight to Ghana because they know already they will have to relocate in the end.
Okay, I like that. That's interesting.
I know you're being funny.
Go on. I'd like to know where this is going.
So, whatever happens, we always do our things like that. You can hear like Mohammed with that stuff.
Gaslighting.
I'm not. I'm used to all these intrigues.
You're not surprised?
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Look at sad. If you're not surprised, that's really, really sad.
Is it? You said what?
It's sad.
That we're not surprised.
If you're not surprised that happened to us.
Listen. Now, the governor of Edo State is saying something. Do you know that we are coming to agree with him later? I'm not.
Okay. I think Mr. Abordering falls into the very happy Nigerians.
Exactly.
No. I think there's a Yoruba philosophy that when something...
You know there's a Yoruba Peleri.
Yeah. There's this philosophy that... When something...
Sorry, Charity.
No, they say something about when something is so bad
that you can't just but laugh.
It's just beyond you crying.
Yes,
so you laugh.
Just laugh.
Okay.
Just laugh.
Because I looked at the Twitter, for example, you know they have vacancies. A lot of the roles that they have open are targeted to Nigerians. So Twitter is still their target. A lot of these companies are moving even to Ghana. Their target is still Nigeria, but they're just in a safe space where they can, it's like I can just reach you, just
pick you up now.
Living in Ibadan, working in Lagos.
Yes,
exactly. Hello, good morning.
Sorry, I have to say something about the money CBN governor denied was not printed. I think it was the Minister of Finance that denied it. Hello?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
That it wasn't printed. Bakati knows what he's saying. Because if you listen to the CBN governor, he said these monies were not that they were dashed out, that they were loaned out. we are already sitting on a keg of gunpowder. If a country like Nigeria can print money to borrow a city governor or borrow the federal government, we are talking, because the major problem now is that by the time you print money in a nation and you are giving it out as sharing what governors should share, what we will have in the long run is we will have so much money in circulation and there won't be anything to buy.
Okay.
And I pray we don't get to that point.
Amen to
in
that.
this
Thank
Nigeria.
you very much, sir.
So we need to caution. That's the reason why the man is saying so that they should be cautioned. They don't need to lie about it. If they have done it this time, they should not try it again. They should work on what people can do on their own. Look inward and let Nigerians be productive instead of you going to print money. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Two nations came to my mind when we discussed this issue of printing money and the rest. Greece and Zimbabwe came to my mind. You know, you carry a whole load of cash just to purchase just a phone. Hello.
Like a Ghana Moscow.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Charter. Good morning, Ronke. This is Wali Lavender calling from Ibadan.
Oh, good to have you here today. Thank you for calling in. Go ahead.
Thank you. I think I have a question. There was a time the president actually set up an economic advisory team. I think Soludo is one of the members, and do they listen to those people? Are they active? Is it a passive advisory team? Because, when you look at the actions and inaction of, the economic team of this government, are set up, they've been shambolic. That's just the truth. They have been shambolic. They have been lackluster because, you look at how things are unfolding in this nation, and, I don't know where we are going to. Sincerely, that's for that. About the Twitter, the use of Twitter is not setting up here in Nigeria. I think my opinion, my submission is the world does not revolve around Nigeria. There are some countries that, irrespective of, we know the obvious. Nigeria is not doing well, fine, we are not superb and things like that. But the world, Nigeria is not the only country in Africa. Yes, the indices of democracy and things like that. But Nigeria is not the only country. Our African brothers too, let them have a slice of the cake. We have Microsoft, we have Google, we have, let them have a slice of the cake. Good morning.
All right.
Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you calling in. All right. Well, let's get the calls coming through real quickly. Okay, we've got 5 minutes. So let's keep the calls coming through. Hello, good morning.
It's off. The Punch newspaper did a report today, panorama page, and it's medical tourism. Buhari's VIPs put faith in foreign doctors as masses battle poor health care at home.
Hello, good morning. What's your name, sir?
Hello, good morning, Akimbulu Shere.
Well, good morning, Akimbulu Shere. Go ahead, real quickly.
To be honest with you, I'm sad, honestly. Listening to people and looking at our country, I am sad beyond measure. And I think, where are we going in Nigeria? When our people in administration, when they are tired of blaming the opposition, now they are now blaming us. That it is us Nigerians that are making that to go to Ghana. Our president has already blamed the youth that we are lazy. We always expect free money. And now, generally, but Allah Muhammad is blaming all of us. That we are the one that, are we the one that made the policy for them? And I want to come in this way. The SIM card, the last time a SIM was registered in Nigeria was last year. Now, do you expect them to come to Nigeria here and then be looking for you to register their SIM? How do you now expect them to go through the back channel to register any?
Okay.
Too sad. I don't know what to say anymore, honestly.
All right,
thank you.
Thank you. But just to say that it's in the news today that the ban has been lifted.
We said it yesterday, actually. It's been since yesterday.
New SIMs for people who have their names can be registered.
But I've got his point. His point is the policy, some sort of government, can also be responsible for investors now wanting to come to Nigeria.
Relocate.
Imagine if Twitter had to come to Nigeria 2 months ago and they want to establish the stations, get new staff and the rest, and then they have to put them on maybe a CUG line or something, and they can't register. They can't do business. That's what it means.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's take one more call. We're going to take one more call, and then we've got to call it a day.
All right, so, but let's tell you that this is what we'll be doing every Friday. Get you to be part of what we do here. Yes, let's see who is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to everybody.
Good morning to you. What's your name, please?
I'm Charles from Aminat.
Good to have you here. Go ahead, real quickly.
I saw a joke the other day. The joke goes, if London hospital is good for our president, why is it that foreign rice is not good for Nigerians? And then on Twitter, nobody will bring the business to a place where the environment, there is no security, the environment is not conducive, Nobody, president is built on profit. You are doing a business, you want to expect prosperity. We that we are able to stay in Nigeria presently is because we don't have the choice. If UK, America, declare Nigeria free, I tell you the whole country will be empty. So I think we should try to hold our leaders accountable.
Absolutely.
So that this country will be a good place for us.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Charles. Thank you very much. Talking about Twitter, there's a hashtag on Twitter, Pantami Resign. And that's also something that broke over the week, where the Nigerian communications minister, in an unverified article, says he's linked to Boko Haram. So he's come out to debunk that.
Say he will sue them. The Nigerians
the girls I have with Pantami is the not well thought out plans about NIN and how we expose Nigerians to that hardship and put them through that harrowing experience
during
COVID-19, and then now all of us to now say, okay, we can go back to register your SIM if you have a NIN. I mean, that's what I have against.
My concern about this story is how it seems information that you get from certain reliable sources can be unreliable after all, because it took me, I was afraid to believe the story when I first saw the story because it sounded, incredulous. Like, how can we have
such a man as a minister?
Yes, and now there are reports that the news, they've deleted it, first of all, from there. Those who posted it have deleted it. The minister says he's suing them. So it's like they're trying to adjust, and it's emphasizes the point that there is actually fake news, and we have to battle fake news, and it makes our jobs difficult.
And we have to be careful.
Yes,
there's this. We have to be circumspect. We should not be carried away with the juice of breaking news.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, we want to say thank you very much for being a part of the breakfast show this morning with the Breakfast Gang. We hope you enjoyed it, and we thank you for participating as well. Thank you for your tweets, your texts, and your calls. Expect us next Friday back here looking at the hot topics for the week as well. We've got Tifuntedo coming up at 9. Until then, I'm Ronke Giwa on Nafua.
I'm Oluwaseun Omoakinola. Good morning.
Thank you for listening. My name is Charity Jerome.
Splash FM